Okay, we are live, Sersie. Are you able to see me? I mean, I'm looking at myself and I'm frozen at the sink.
Yeah.
Am I still frozen at the sink?
Yeah, unless you do
That's
something else.
weird. All right, I'm gonna
Yeah.
remove myself and then I'll bring myself back in. I don't know what's going on. I think it's the Wi-Fi or the internet.
Did I get out of here by accident? Okay.
Okay, I see you.
Okay.
I don't see me though.
Oh, you're dark.
I'm dark. That's weird. Oh man.
Should we come out and come back in?
No, just stay here for a minute. I'm gonna try something else.
All
We have
right.
some people joining.
Okay.
Right.
Hey, can't see.
All right. Well, we'll just go ahead. Hopefully it'll kick back in here. Sorry, y'all. I'm having some internet problems. You can let people know. I don't know if they can hear me.
Yeah. Do you want us to just leave and come back out? Maybe a reboot?
Yeah, maybe. Let me try to go out and then let's see if you stay in so you don't have to be inconvenient.
Yeah, I'm okay.
All right.
Oh, there you are.
Okay, good. Oh my goodness.
All
I
right.
don't know what that was all about. Always some
Do
kind
you
of
have,
little test.
go ahead and put the thing in the chat, and then we'll go ahead.
All
and
right.
Yeah. So
Okay.
we are making, for those of you guys who are just coming on, we'll give a couple minutes, but we are making vegan crab cakes. Now, I had some people in the comments make, whoop.
Oh.
I had some people making the comments, impossible, no way. But guys, you'll see that you're going to be so pleasantly surprised at this recipe. Yeah, so.
Yeah, so we all of our recipes on Daniel's plate are oil free. They're just made with whole plant foods. What I'm so excited about this recipe is that it's made with popped amaranth. That's kind of like the substitute for
crumbs or yeah,
breadcrumbs. So yeah, so that's pretty cool. I like that. So
yeah.
Yeah, so on the package it says crispy, nutty, light, and versatile. So it's just basically taking amaranth and then just popping it like popcorn.
Like popcorn. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just, so when you look at the ingredients label, it just says organic amaranth seeds. So that's it.
Yeah, that's great.
That's it. So, right.
So what's nice about this recipe, guys, is really all you need is a food processor. You're not actually, other than the air fryer or your oven, once you put them in, you're not actually turning on the stove. You're not, doing anything. You're pretty much, you have your food processor and that's it. And then once you put them in, you're going to put them in the oven or the air fryer, which we're going to do the air fryer tonight. I think a lot of people have air fryers these days. So yeah.
Yeah, so this is called vegan crab cakes, and you can find the recipe on danielsplate.com. So this is, a healthy version of, a dish that I know I used to eat, which was usually just loaded with oil and cholesterol and saturated fat, all the things that raised my cholesterol and made my heart less healthy. So I'm excited to have a more heart healthy version here.
Yes.
All right. So first thing we do, Sersie, is we're going to place the chickpeas and the hearts of palm and the jalapeno into the food processor. So,
and I should have saved the can. Talk a little bit about hearts of palm, because I find that if you're a lot of people are not familiar with it until you're familiar with it, right? And so you could just show that.
Yeah, so this is the brand that we're using. And, really, honestly, it doesn't have a very strong flavor. It kind of takes on the flavor of other things.
Yeah.
You can get it in the can so it's kind of in a brine is what they call it. And yeah, so this is what it looks like whole. So it comes like this. It's a vegetable. It comes in a stalk. And so with this, you just want to, you could probably do just like a rough chop of it before you actually put it into the food processor. Right. And so we're going to do that with the chickpeas. So, Sersie, I forgot to rough chop my hearts of palm. I'm going to do that real quick.
I got to split my, because we're putting the jalapenos in here, and I think I put my onions on top, so I'll take the time to just separate them.
Yeah, because those will get really hot. Now, this recipe also has cayenne pepper in it, so it's already got a little bit of a kick, but super, super yummy. And I like a lot of heat. So, and of course, if you're not into heat, you can always just use less. So the key to this recipe kind of being reminiscent of a crab cake, there's a couple things. Certainly the texture of it, once you see, how this ends up, the texture of it, the hearts of palm gives it that kind of flaky, crab cakey kind of texture feel.
Yeah.
The chickpeas do give it a little more body and chunks to the actual crab cake. And what's cool about adding the chickpeas is it actually, because these little hearts of palm, these are like veggies. There's like really no protein in these. This is just, more for the mouth feel, I guess.
Yeah.
So with the chickpeas, you're actually getting some protein in these crab cakes. So,
okay.
All right.
So we're adding in the chickpeas. We added in the hearts of palm, guys. And then we're going to also add in the jalapeno peppers into the food to start. So you're just going to dump those jalapenos. It's one jalapeno, but like she said, if heat is not your thing, you could do half, a quarter.
Yeah, or just take the seeds out.
Or just, take the seeds out. Did you leave the seeds in yours? I took the seeds out in mine.
No, I took mine out because I've got that cayenne in there as well. And so I didn't want to overdo it. So, and then I don't want to jump too far ahead, but I do like to put a little sriracha hot sauce on mine too. So
yes.
All right, so I'm putting my hearts of palm. You're gonna run your food processor. Are we gonna do it at the same time, Sersie?
Yeah, we can do it at the same time. So you're gonna dump everything in here, and then you're gonna pulse it. Now, the way you're pulsing it is that you don't want it to get too mushy. You're not trying to make hummus. You want it to kind of pulse it enough that you could still see the texture and a little bit of the chunk, because it's kind of like when you have a crab meat and you open it, you kind of see that flaky, chunky texture, but it does have a little bit of a little more textured spots, but then they have chunky spots. So you're kind of wanting to mimic that texture. So you want to keep that in mind, that you're just pulsing it enough for it to blend, but not get too smooth and it's still chunky. So that's the key. But we'll show you our texture when we do it, and then you'll be able to kind of see it visually, so that you'll know how to do it when you do it yourself.
Yeah. All right. So let's do this. All right.
Let's mute our phone so it's not so crazy.
Okay. Yeah, we'll mute. We're just gonna go silent. Don't leave us, y'all. We're just gonna go silent for a sec while we process.
You may also have to open it and kind of push it down a bit and then keep doing it a bit. So you might not, get it in the one stir. You may have to, kind of stir it around a little bit depending on your food process. FYI, but I'll get back on mute.
Okay. Yeah, mine's actually in good shape. So I'll show everybody mine here. once I can get it off the thing here. Let's see. All right, so this is kind of what it's looking like. So you've got a few chunks in there.
Let's see that again.
Right here.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's a few chunks, but that's okay. You know, I like it a little chunky. I'm a chunky girl, so I like it chunky. All right. Grab my scraper. All right. How's yours looking, Sersie?
I still have a few whole chickpeas. Does that make a difference, or
No, it doesn't. I mean,
you keep moving forward with that?
Yeah. I mean, it's okay if you got a few whole ones in there. I mean, it's just gonna be, you know, it's preference, but it doesn't bother me. I'm okay with it. I'm good with it. I'd rather have it a little more chunky than mushy. That's just me.
All right, so this is mine, guys, similar to hers. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna dump this out into a bowl.
Yep. So I'm just scraping mine out here. So Sersie, when I was pulling this out, this food processor out for this thing we're doing right now, I got to thinking like what are my favorite appliances, and what appliances do I have that I like never use? And so and it's kind of a spectrum. I've got some appliances I use like every day, sometimes multiple times a day. Like I would say my blender would be one of those.
Oh yeah, definitely the blender. Yep.
And I have like an electric tea kettle I use. I use a toaster pretty much every day.
Yeah.
And and so appliances I use sometimes, I would say, are the food processor and the air fryer and the Instant Pot.
Yeah, that air fryer is something. So right now, did you put your season? So where are we at now? So
okay, yes. So now we're gonna put basically we're gonna put. Do you have your cashew mayo?
I do.
Okay, so we're going to add the mayo, the green onion, all the seasonings, pretty much everything except for the sauce on top. So you're going to use so the seasoning. So here's the trick with the seasonings, y'all. So there's a little bit of Old Bay seasoning in here. So it is it gives it that crab cakey flavor, but you don't want to use too much because that Old Bay is very high in sodium if you use like a lot of it. So just using a little bit of it in a whole batch isn't gonna break the bank.
Yeah.
But then what you do to substitute for the flavor is you use the seasonings that are in the Old Bay minus the salt, which are celery seed and paprika. So that's really the seasoning in Old Bay.
Genius.
Yeah, so that's why when you look at the recipe, you'll see
right what that is.
And then we also have some cayenne in here. So go ahead and put your seasoning in there.
So how much mayo is going in here?
You're gonna put in, let's see, I think it's like a half.
Does it say on here?
Yeah, it's like a half.
Oh, I have 1/4 cup of vegan mayo.
Oh, 1/4 cup. Yeah, 1/4 cup of mayo.
And guys, we have a great recipe to make your own vegan mayo attached to the recipe when you go to Daniel's Plate. And we'll make sure that we attach the link into this chat feed on the Facebook. But yeah, this is a homemade mayo recipe. So you don't have all the oil, all the salt, all the preservatives. This is just basically homemade. So
so you're doing a quarter of a cup because you're going to use the other 1/4 cup for the topping. So
right,
like half of a batch.
Right.
Yeah, and it's just made with cashews. It's got some Dijon mustard, some garlic powder, onion powder, some lemon juice,
apple cider.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good
So
stuff.
I'm gonna put the onions in.
Yep.
And the seasonings, the nori too, I'm assuming.
Yep, you're gonna put the nori. You basically put everything else. There's nori. I think a little more Dijon mustard goes in
yeah,
there,
right. Yep.
and then stir that up, and then you can put the amaranth in there. Yeah, and so these crab cakes, if you've got a gluten allergy, these are also gluten free. So and I guess they're also soy free if you've got a soy allergy.
All right, guys.
Okay, and I'm going to add my popped amaranth in there. Grab a measuring cup.
And guys, when you put the nori sheets, like what you would put on your sushi rolls, it really adds and gives it that fishy flavor as well. So that's a real great hack that when you're making plant-based dishes that are supposed to kind of mimic a fishy flavor, you just kind of take nori, gives it that flavor, and then you're going to mix everything together. So that's a little
yeah, and so I just added my popped amaranth. This is a substitute for breadcrumbs. So anybody doing the Daniel fast this year or next year, this is all allowable. So all street legal for the Daniel fast.
All right, so I'm going to add the 1 cup.
All right. Well, these look good. It's like the right consistency. So you want it to kind of, because we're going to form these into little cakes with our hands. And so you want them to be able to stick together, but not be too soupy or anything, because they're going to crisp up nicely in the air fryer or the oven if you don't have an air fryer. All right. I love making these. I think I told you, Kevin said this was
all time. This is like an all-time favorite.
Well, he said this is no, he said either the top 3 or top 5. I can't remember now. He said this is in the top 3 or 5 best things I ever made, like ever. So we've been married,
And you guys have been together for a long time.
Yeah, we've been married 24 years and we've been together for like 26, more than 26. And so he said this was like in the top 3 or 5 of all the things that I've made. So I don't know. I don't know if it's that good, but
you know what it is, guys? You know what it is, guys? Is that when you make these vegan crab cakes, it really tastes like crab cakes. And I think that's what really blows people's minds. Like it really genuinely, it's not even a knockoff. Like some people even actually don't know the difference. As crazy as that sounds. And so that could be why, it almost seems like, wow, this thing really hit it. It hit it on the nail. Like, because this is a complete same. I'm not losing any flavor, any taste. And yet this is completely plant-based, completely healthy, and it's actually nourishing your body and not breaking it down. So guys, I mean,
yeah. So we have one question about can this be a salad? Okay, so what I have done, the way I've eaten these in the past is actually on a salad. So I make the cakes are not real big. They're like, maybe, I don't know, about the diameter of like a can, maybe smaller.
Like a falafel almost.
Like a falafel. Yeah, they're kind of small. So they're great, like on top of a nice bed of greens.
Yeah, greens. That's exactly how I'm actually going to eat them.
Yeah.
Is over greens. And then you just drizzle the little sauce that we're going to make with it. And,
and you're good to go. It's yummy.
Go.
All right.
How do these freeze, Gigi, or how do these stay overnight in the fridge?
Oh, these freeze beautifully. They freeze beautifully. So what I do is I go ahead and I make the little balls, and then I separate them and put them in like a glass kind of meal prep container.
So you're
then,
doing this uncooked.
right, uncooked. Yeah, yeah. Because there's no, I mean, honestly, you could like that's the cool thing. Like you could sit here. There's nothing harmful about eating this raw. Like I'm gonna eat it raw, not the whole thing, but I'm just gonna eat a little.
Yeah.
So, because you think about what's in it, it's like it's just chickpeas, hearts of palm, cashews, spices, onion, jalapeno. So nothing harmful. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you freeze them, and then there's instructions in the recipe in terms of how to like reheat it and eat it, like so. Okay. All right. I'm gonna plug in my little air fryer here. So my air fryer is another one I don't use regularly, but I do love it. Well, I shouldn't say I don't use it regularly. I do use it regularly, just not daily. I would say I use my air fryer. I would say it comes out probably twice a week.
Oh, wow. I think mine is every day almost, pretty much.
Is it? Yeah.
I use it. I think my Instant Pot, my blender, and my air fryer is probably what I use most.
Yeah, I do
and that
a lot
NutriBullet. Honestly, I've been using that NutriBullet a lot too.
Oh yeah, I love my NutriBullet.
It's been coming in handy when I just need to make something because I don't want to put it in the blender like to make a little dressing so I just been using NutriBullet really, really frequently. So it came back into business.
Yeah.
I used to have that back in the day for smoothies and stuff, but it's really reinvented itself. It's like my dressing and sauce, kind of thing.
Well, I will say if you're trying to lose weight, investing in a mini blender like a NutriBullet is so worthwhile. And I say that just because of the smoothies. Like some of our smoothies are really, healthy, kind of weight loss promoting type smoothies.
Yeah.
Daniel's plate, but also because of what you just said. When you make like dressings and sauces and they're made with things that maybe have a higher calorie density, like nuts and seeds and stuff, and we don't use oil, like I mentioned earlier, but you want smaller portions of those things, right? You don't want to be eating too much of that because that really is what kind of drives, weight gain is that calorie density, on a plant-based nutrition.
Yeah. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to make some just, for the sake of it for tonight. And then I'm going to put the rest of this in a container in the fridge. And then I'll make the rest for supper tomorrow or for lunch, So it's, this could also even be a meal prep for yourself because it doesn't take that long. You could make the batch of these and then put it in your fridge. And whenever you feel like grabbing it out, you could do this. This could even be, a seafood wrap. It could be a seafood taco. I mean, you could play around with this thing in so many different ways. You know what I mean?
You could totally just wrap it in like a tortilla and just make it into a wrap. Absolutely. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna pop mine in.
All right. We're making patties here. Yeah, so you just want to, everybody's air fryer is a little bit different. So when you're making these yourself, you just want to look at the instructions in the recipe, but also just kind of gauge, like just stop it like partway through and just eyeball it and make sure it's not getting too brown too soon. Again, you don't have to worry about, oh my goodness, it's not, cooked through. It's fine. It's going to be cooked through. It's kind of already cooked through even before you put it in the air fryer.
Yeah.
It's really more about getting that nice golden brown, crispy crust on it. That's really what you're aiming for. It'll be fine in the middle. No worries.
So I'm just making my sauce here. Did you already make yours?
No, I haven't. Okay. I've got the ingredients, but I've not.
So I'll wait for you then.
Okay, I'm almost done. I've got my last little ball here.
Perfect.
All right. So I'm just going to hold up my little air fryer container here. So I've got 9 of them in here.
If this is Kevin's top 3, you guys are eating these tonight. There's no
exactly.
You're not putting it in the fridge like me for tomorrow. You guys are going
no. I know I should have double batched it and put some
Yeah,
in
you
the
should have double
freezer.
batched it.
I know, but yeah, because it's only like it's not even 6 o'clock here on the West Coast.
Exactly. And then you could have had just, yeah, so.
All right. Okay. So we're gonna get going on the sauce here.
So we got the mayo that we talked about.
Yep.
And this is going to be the sauce that you drizzle. You know, when you have a nice, you know, kind of crab cake, sometimes they'll drizzle some kind of sauce on top. So this is what this is going to be. So we're using the mayo that we discussed, that the recipe is going to be for the homemade mayo. We added 2 teaspoons of fresh lemon juice, which I just did here. And then there's a tablespoon of water.
Mm-hmm. That kind of gives it that little saucy. It goes from being more like a sour cream consistency to a little more of a sauce you can kind of drizzle and pour on top. So if you like it thick, you know, just use less water or omit the water. But I like it. I like it saucy.
Yeah, and same here, because it kind of, just kind of, you could drizzle it a lot better.
Yes.
And here's some dill pickles, chopped. So you're gonna put 2 tablespoons in there.
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna add a little more dill. I don't know if I measured that right. I like a little more dill. Dill is one of my favorite fresh herbs.
I can't do fresh dill.
Oh, I love it.
When I taste fresh dill, it's like my whole body shivers. Like I just can't. I remember I had it one time. I was like, I can't. So for me, if I use like the dried dill, I can do it. But the fresh dill, I don't know. I have an adverse reaction to it for some reason.
Oh, so, well, you know what? It's interesting because some people have that reaction with cilantro. They say it tastes like dish detergent to them. Like,
I think there's something like some kind of genetic thing with my head stand up. And ever since I did that, I was like, nah, dill's not for me. But when I did the dried dill, it was definitely fine.
Ah, okay. Yeah, this is nice.
Funny how life is. It's your favorite seasoning. It's my worst. My worst enemy. One person's friend is another person's enemy, you know?
So I won't make you like a dill birthday cake for your birthday.
No. I'll just add a little bit of the seasoning of the dill seasoning just to give it that flavor. Yeah. My thing is off. I think I'm going to go try to flip those.
I'm gonna put these away. So honestly, I'll be honest, this popped amaranth, this is our key to making it, you know, gluten-free, Daniel Fast compliant, and also just healthy because it's a whole grain that's just popped or seed. So I had to get this online. So I couldn't find this at my grocery store.
Yeah.
So it's not quite in vogue yet. So
yeah. And there you guys go. Look at that.
Oh yeah, see, that's it right there.
Yeah, it gives you that drizzle, guys. That drizzle.
Oh yeah,
that's the thing. You can't be too thick, or you miss out on the drizzle.
That's right. Come to mama. That's it. All right. So what's your least used kitchen appliance, Sersie?
You know what? My least.
Your least.
Is I have a juicer somewhere.
A juicer
that has not even come out.
Oh.
I also have a mandolin. I'm like a kitchen appliance junkie, though. I have a mandolin that I was claiming I was going to be slicing some zucchinis and all this stuff when I bought it. I haven't really actualized that, you know? So I think those are my 2 least. You know, the other one I use almost every day is I have a mini chopper.
Mm-hmm.
I'm done with chopping like onions and all that on my own now. I just throw everything in there. Chop. Chop, carrots. You know, whatever. I just use that little mini chopper. It has saved my life and my time. So that I love. I actually would probably use that. That's probably my most used thing right now is that
Yeah. Well,
And of
you
course,
don't use the.
this Gigi that you got me
Oh
again
yeah,
this time.
you like that. You like that now,
I
don't you?
do. I am sold.
Yeah. Yeah. You were like, what do we need that for? I was like, this is
I've
your
been
best
squeezing my
friend.
lemon with my hand all these years, you
I
know?
know. You know how much juice you left in that lemon
I
that you
know.
didn't
I left
use?
so much juice on
You
the
probably
table.
left about like $8 worth of
I
lemon
did.
juice
I did. I
over
realized that I've
the
left so
over
much.
the last
It's kind of like when
5 years.
you use the juicer versus that nut bag. That juicer, you leave a lot of juice on the table too when you don't use the juicer versus those
Yeah.
nut bags. And so there is
Yep.
definitely a difference. So
Yeah, for sure, totally. All right, I'm gonna go check my crab cakes. Make sure
yeah.
they're ready to turn here. All right, they need
I
a little more
flipped
time.
mine.
Yeah. All right. So
Any
yeah. So
questions or comments on there? I saw some stuff.
I see a couple here. The church. Okay, let me start. Okay, we've got. Wow, I must try this really. Oh, she asked about the salad. Okay, my church
Yeah.
does the Daniel fast every year in January. Awesome, awesome.
Uh-huh.
Love crab cakes. Hey, Carlene, love crab
Okay.
cakes. Got to test these out for sure. Thanks, sounds really good. I may make these for my family. And then Leslie Hall, I think it's just letting us know she is on. And Carol, hey, Carol. Charles says you guys are great. Thank you, Mr. Charles. Charles Moore. So, and then there's some other comments, but I can't see I am not able to see the names. So,
Okay. Yeah. So
yeah.
guys, I hear a lot of people saying their churches are doing Daniel fast in January or a period. If your church is a church that does the Daniel fast every year, go ahead and drop the name of your church in the chat. Because what we're doing is like we're reaching out to a lot of the churches and we're letting them know about danielsplate.com so that they could start using it as a resource when they are disseminating information to their church about the Daniel fast. So we are reaching out to churches across the country, and we would love to reach out to yours. So if your church does a Daniel fast every year, go ahead and just drop the name of your church in the drop box.
Yep.
That'd be really great.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. All right. So my kitchen is smelling really good right now.
Yes.
Yeah, you could really smell the seasonings and the crab cakes. So, and the other thing I like about this is because there's no oil, you don't have all that splatter of oil all over the place that you have to clean up. And
Yeah.
for me, that's just a lot. Oh, that's nice,
You get some
Sersie.
arugula, which is like
Yeah.
a vegetable salad, and put that on top.
Mhm.
Drizzle.
Mhm.
You know, this could be. Trust me, you could wow your family with this. You could wow your family with this.
All right, so it looks like Greater Parkview Church in Greensboro, Pennsylvania.
Nice.
And then we've got Lutheran Church of Hope in West Des Moines, Iowa. Nice.
All right, awesome. We'll definitely.
Yeah. So we'll reach out to them and let them know about the recipe website. So y'all will have yummy recipes to enjoy during the Daniel fast. Yeah. And healthy recipes. All right.
2 minutes is more. I'm going to put mine for 2 more minutes.
Okay.
I think 2 more minutes and it will be good to go.
Nice. Yeah, my least used appliance would have to be my dehydrator.
That's true. That's also least used. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I use my juicer. I was juicing maybe about once a week or once every other week for a while, and then I just I stopped doing that. And so I haven't used my juicer in a while either. But you can use your juicer to make that carrot tuna salad we've got, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And what was the other appliance you said? Oh, the mandolin. You know what? I have one. I forgot I had one until you brought it up.
That's it. It forgot. It just like you forget about it because it's not. You know,
Yeah.
need to make like a zucchini lasagna or something. It doesn't come up. You know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah. And a spiralizer, that's the other one I haven't
yes,
used in a long time.
yes,
Actually,
yes.
since I lived in Mississippi, I think that was the last time I used it. So it was like almost 6 years ago.
Yes.
Maybe.
The other appliance I totally forgot about that I do use is my Keurig. I do make teas in there and things like
Uh-huh.
that. So I do
Okay.
use that. I do.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. All right. Let me check online here. Oh, yeah, they're ready. They're about ready to be flipped. This is what it's looking like so far.
Looking
Yeah, they're
beautiful.
not quite ready, but they're getting there. They smell amazing.
Yeah. And do you guys see how fast this was? Like, we started like after 8:30, and you could whip this up pretty quick. This is not a laborious thing. It's not time consuming. You could whip this up pretty quickly for a quick lunch, a quick brunch, you know, even a supper or whatever. So
Yeah. Yeah, I would say it's a good 40-minute, 45-minute kind of recipe, I think. I don't know what we put in the actual recipe. I think
yeah.
that's might be what we said. Well, it depends on if you have we said 40 minutes in the recipe. That's about right.
40 minutes is not bad, you know, like in total
No,
to make something
no.
that.
Yeah, like I don't know how long it takes to make like traditional crab cakes. It's probably about the same, I
Yeah,
guess.
because I think.
Although, yeah, because we use like a homemade mayo, like a scratch made mayo.
Right.
So
So people usually would use one from the store, so that cuts down and all that.
yeah,
So,
yeah, but it adds other stuff you don't really want.
right. Cuts in one area, but adds in another. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. There's something to be said about scratch made food.
And yeah, the thing about making your vegan mayo, you can make a double batch because you might use it throughout the week for other things, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, yep. And it's really good. I didn't taste my sauce. I'm gonna taste mine. Oh yeah, that's good.
all right, I think this is good. Look at this, guys.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah, so you just easily look at that. Has the same consistency, a little hot, you know? And then
Hot.
Yeah.
All right, let's put the sauce on it and taste this, Sersie. I want to see what
the drizzle.
drizzle.
Right.
Getting all fancy.
All right, guys. Look at that. Crab cake. You thought it was impossible, but look at that. Look at that.
Yummy, yummy.
All right. Should I wait for you? I'll wait for you, or should I go ahead?
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
All right, guys.
Oh, look at it, piping hot.
Piping hot.
That's it. Don't burn your tongue on that one.
Oh,
I burned my tongue on something a couple weeks ago, and whoo, I couldn't taste anything for like 2 or 3 days. I was like, oh my goodness.
This is good, guys. This is good. And like she was saying, just on a better salad, keeping it simple.
Yep. That's your salad. And it has, nutritionally, it's on point too, right? Because you got your leafy greens, right? Check. You got to have that. You've got your whole grain. Check. You've got your legume, the chickpeas, the beans. Check. And so this is like a really well balanced meal. Like, it's on point.
Come on.
Yeah, it's got this recipe makes 4 servings. So you should end up with about 3 crab cakes per serving. So 12 crab cakes total. And each serving has 9 grams of protein, 6 grams of fiber, and it's got a good source of magnesium, iron. It's rich in iron, folic acid, so some B vitamins. Yeah, nice.
I'm trying to show you guys the proof in the pudding here, guys. This is a vegan crab cake, guys.
Yep.
Made made where you can control the ingredients. Healthy, no guilt.
Woo,
This is where it's at, guys.
woo.
This is where it's at.
Oh yeah.
Look
Okay,
at
I'm gonna take one out and taste it.
Mm. Mm. This is where it's at.
All right. So I'll do this with, I'm gonna do mine with a little bit of the sauce.
You're gonna add sriracha.
I'm gonna add a little sriracha because I'm a sriracha girl. So I'm just gonna drizzle a little bit of sriracha. So I got half and half on here. Because again, it does have cayenne in it, and I like my heat. So, oh yeah, it's like tender on the inside, right? It's crispy on the outside and tender on the inside.
Right.
Mm. Oh wow,
That's good, guys.
it is good.
So we will post the link of this recipe in the show notes, just just as a, or in the feed, just to remind you. But guys, you're down for a crab cake that's healthy and delicious. You got to make this.
Oh,
and when you do make it, don't forget to leave a review on danielsplate.com. Let us know how you liked it. Share it with your family and your friends. Post it in the group. We'll love to see your recipe. Mm-hmm.
Ooh, this is delicious. Okay, y'all. So I think that's it. Anything else you want to say, Sersie, before we sign off?
No. Other than, don't forget Healthy Christian Woman Boot Camp. It's coming up in January. So go ahead and get your seat. It's going to be an awesome time. It's going to be 5 days starting January 9th. So if you're trying to get in charge of your health, you're going to be doing the Daniel fast anyways, and you want to combine those two experiences, then you want to go ahead and get your ticket for the Healthy Christian Woman Boot Camp. We'll also put the link in the show notes as well. And we're going to be back next month with another Cook and Chat. Same time, same place, third Monday of the month. And we're going to come with a delicious recipe, probably something around the holidays since we're close to Thanksgiving at that point. So tune in for that.
Yep. Okay. Well, good night, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Good night.